Los Angeles' new Pershing Square was meant to be much more than simply a piece of architecture. By hiring the well-known modernist Ricardo Legarreta to redesign the park in 1992, LA officials were hoping they could at once revive downtown, re-establish it as the center of Los Angeles, and bring together people from all social and economic backgrounds, alleviating some of these social tensions. A rather lofty goal for a park, but Ricardo was determined. He intended to make the space more open, creating bold and colorful artistic forms to invite the public in, and create a variety of spaces for different uses, such as the grassy amphitheater, the shady tree grove, the tower, and the circular fountain. Many of Legarreta's designs blurred the boundaries between architecture and art. However, the key with such pieces is that the architecture is inspired by and connected to art, rather than being a piece of art itself. Ultimately, architecture needs to be designed with human inhabitancy in mind. This fine-line distinction has led to some hailing the park as a modernist victory, and others criticizing it as a park that may be aesthetically pleasing, but lacks any sense of functionality or normality. Many critics of the park complain that there's too much concrete and not enough grass, that it feels disconnected to its surroundings, and is so stripped of architectural elements besides very big moves such as the tower, which you cannot enter, the columned wall, which you cannot go through, and the fountain to look at, that it is not a very inviting space to actually be in, as the park once was. Many of Legarreta's designs call into question what is architecture and what is sculpture, and whether these two mediums are mutually exclusive. In response, some will say that the redesign of Pershing Square is just another example of the modernist approach that what is different is automatically better than what has worked in the past, recalling the more traditional definition of a park that Pershing Square embodied for much of the 20th century. And yet, the bright colors, geometric forms, contrast between tall and short, and unique fountain creates a very unique experiential space that no critic can argue is boring. In the end, Pershing Square is a testament to the fact that all architecture, as well as art, is highly subjective, and intention will not always translate to how a piece of architecture is perceived.